Okay, so we're looking at reflection of light. So when you talk about reflection of light, this refers to the bending of light rays when light travels from one material to another but of different optical density. So when light travels from a less dense optical medium to a more dense, it bends towards the normal. So light bends towards the normal. So let us look at the diagram on how light will bend towards the normal. So if you look at this diagram, this line, which is called the normal line, it is the imaginary line that is perpendicular to the boundary. Then the ray of light that is entering the medium, we call it as the incident ray. And then the one that is coming out of the boundary, entering the medium, we call it as the refracted ray. So whenever light is moving from less dense to more dense, it bends towards the normal. So you can see the way it has bent. So if you consider this angle and this angle, you will notice that the two angles, they are different. So this one is bigger than that one. So this means that light has bent towards this line, towards the normal. So you should always know that the angle, it is always between the normal and the rays of light. So it should always be between the normal and the rays of light. So let us look at an example on how we can calculate the angles. So if you look at this question, calculate the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection. So we are saying that the angle of incidence is always between the normal and the incident ray. So, and since it is perpendicular, meaning angle yonse hapa ni 90. So it's 90 minus 60, which is going to give you 30. So this angle here, it is 30 degrees. So the angle of incidence, we have found that it is 30 degrees. Now what is the angle of reflection? So the angle of reflection, the angle between the normal and the refracted ray. So you can see it's already given 75. So 75 degrees. Then you've calculated. Now what if they ask between the two medium, between this medium here and this medium, which one is more dense? So remember, the ray of light bends, it bends towards the normal or away from the normal. So you compare the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection. So if the angle of reflection is more than the angle of incidence, it means light has traveled from more dense to less dense. So this is less dense. So this one is less dense. Just like that.